Está haciendo el honor una artista británica, sí, ella es mujer, formó parte de una de las bandas más influyentes en los últimos años, Mixers, Are You There? Little Mix, y ahora viene a platicarnos de su álbum debut como solista y creo que fue un camino muy interesante el que ella tuvo que recorrer para poder entregarnos un álbum ecléctico y diverso con guiños a la infancia de Perrie, influenciada por el rock and roll, canciones lideradas por guitarra con un toque de country, sonidos de los 80 y por supuesto un pop brillante. Dicho lo dicho, round of applause for you, Perrie Edwards. Welcome to Match FM in Mexico.
Hi.
Welcome to Mexico. This was I was talking just about you, what you've done, that you were part of one of the most influent girl bands in the world, Little Mix.
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to all the mixers. And I
Yeah.
gotta say, congrats on your album debut as a solo artist. It's coming out anytime soon, Perry. I gotta say congrats because it's done.
hmm
So in less than a month, we're gonna be listening to the whole album. How are you feeling about that?
Honestly, the 26th of September couldn't come sooner for me. I'm just so excited to have it out in the world. Um, I feel like pressure, obviously, but I think I'm just so happy with it, and I love it so much, and it's so me, and it's so authentic. So I think I'm just more excited for everybody to hear it now.
Well, we are excited because you released three songs. We're going to talk
Mhm.
about that later, but I want to talk about the journey of Perry, this album debut,
Mhm.
because life is a journey, as you all know. What a journey, right? Sometimes. And I
Yes.
think personally, Perry, that we have to be quite cautious when choosing
Mhm.
what we believe is the right choice in that moment.
Mhm.
It's not easy. It requires a lot of introspection. So, talking about Perry, what was
Mhm.
the path you had to take to start this journey called Perry, actually? And how did it go? Because, I mean, how do you artists even write a song? How do you compress all your feelings and write them down and deliver it in a song?
Oh gosh. Well, I think, when I first went solo, I didn't know 100% what it was that I wanted to do. I didn't have like a sound and a direction or one type of music genre that I absolutely love and wanted to kind of replicate that. I just kind of learned as I went, I guess. And I
Mhm.
think like the hardest part of going solo is kind of the decision making and making the right decisions. And I think what I've had to learn along the way is that in making those decisions in my industry, in my job, in your job, in anybody's who's watching, I think the only way you can ever come off feeling good making decisions is if you do it authentically true to you. I think if I like now I make decisions based on how I think it's going to go and how I feel about it rather than what I think everybody else is going to feel. And I think I've let a lot of outside opinions impact my intuition a lot. And I'm slightly mad about it, but at the same time, I'm learning still and I'm still getting to know like exactly what it is that I want. And I think like with my new single, with my album, with all the like decision making and everything around it, I've just kind of told myself if it feels genuine to me and I feel happy and confident in it, then that's the best I can do. I can't make people love my music. I can't make people love me. I can't be anything other than myself. So
Mhm.
as long as I do the decisions that I want, then I'm at peace with that. I'm happy and I can stay sane.
Perry, I'm smiling because I'm listening to a woman that is so at peace with herself, and that's not an easy. You have to work so hard to be on that place that I'm listening that you are.
hmm
Give us an advice to all the girls and boys in the world that how can we get to that point in life, to be okay, this is me. I'm going to
Yeah.
work to be the best version of myself in order to be a great friend, a
Yeah.
daughter, co-worker, whatever,
hmm
just an advice.
I think my advice would be that it isn't easy. It's quite difficult when you've got kind of opinions or outside kind of voices constantly in your mind, it can kind of interfere with your intuition. But I think, it's a huge thing. We all know in our gut and we all know in our hearts what is right and wrong. And I think we know because once we make the decision, if it doesn't feel right, we know it was the wrong one. And I think, your internal compass is so strong and it's so powerful and it speaks to you constantly. And I think we need to kind of put trust in ourselves more than anybody else because the only people we're disappointing at the end of the day is ourselves because
Yeah.
you're your worst critic, your own biggest cheerleader, your own everything. So I think as long as you trust yourself, then you've done your best and that's everything you can do. That's the best you can do.
And we live in a world that is so connected via internet, social media. What do you have to
Mhm.
say about I like to shut up from time to time, just or maybe hours in the day, not to listen and not to be on the media or into socials all day long because we
Mm.
see so many things. We've yeah we're comparing ourselves to someone else.
Yeah. I think, as humans, I don't think we're really meant to function with social media
Mm.
that heavily. I think, we aren't brought into the world to be kind of looked and watched and people comment on every move you make. That's not normal. That's very abnormal. And I don't think that'll
It's
ever
quite
become the
insane.
norm. Yeah. So I think it is a lot. And it can be intense. And I think it's good to have kind of breaks away from it and kind of step back into real life a little bit, kind of switch off. But yeah, I think it's just like it's great social media, but at the same time it can be a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna be quite cautious about by choosing our social media interactions. It's hard. It is
Yeah.
what it is, but it's up to us, isn't it?
Absolutely. And also, like you said about the whole comparison thing, like if you're constantly sat online comparing yourself to people, it's just like I always say comparison is the biggest thief of joy. So you're never going to, it hurts when you compare yourself to other people because you feel like you're never going to be like them and they've done so much and this, that, and the other. But you have to also remember social media is not real. Like the
Yes.
stuff that you see is very curated, it's very like produced, it's very false a lot of the time. So you can't take that as like what their lives is really like. You don't know. So you can't compare.
No, you can't compare,
Mm.
and you have
Yeah.
to be okay with yourself, even though it's
Mhm.
hard. But I want to go back to your music because maybe we're gonna go to another topics. But
Yeah.
your latest single, if
Hmm.
he wanted, he would. I love that song. It's such a good vibe song, even though it's a I feel it's like a girl power,
Yeah.
song, because you're cheering up your best friend, and no matter
Mhm.
how many times she's gonna come back to you, talking you, oh, he made me this and that, we're there.
Yeah.
Talk to us about if he wanted, he would. And that's something we girls need to understand. When men really
Yes.
want something, they're gonna do anything they can to
Yes.
get.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of the time, like as women or as people in general, like we always think that the problem or the issues kind of stem from us. But what I want to get across in this song is that you are so incredible and you're so everything. Like my friends are everything to me. Like I absolutely adore them and I know that they should be with people who make them feel incredible, make them feel seen, make them feel safe. And I think like all of this nonsense with the back and forth and the games and oh, but he does this and it's like no, that's not good enough. I think like a lot of us kind of settle for the bare minimum and I don't think it's good enough. Like just because they do the most basic shit ever doesn't mean that they're Prince Charming. That's not how it works. So I think, you should be with somebody who's just going above and beyond for you and they fight for you and they want you and they make it known that they want to be with you rather than being flaky. We haven't got time for flaky.
No. And there comes a time in life that whenever you go to therapy, you
Yes.
choose yourself, to be a better version of you, that you
Mhm.
can take. I love this phrase. It says, he does the essentials. How is that phrase? I gotta
Yeah, but he can't do the basics
the
and that
basics. He brings you flowers, but he won't call you back.
Yeah.
dude, why are you playing at, you know?
Exactly. And I think it's like a lot of the mixed messaging we get a lot in relationships or situationships. And it's like they give you a little bit of something, but then
Mm.
they give you nothing. And then they'll give you a little bit more of something, and then you're like, ah, and then they'll give you nothing. And it's like a constant back and forth, and it's just exhausting. And I think when you're with somebody who's sure of themselves, confident in themselves, and can, whatever. I just think, I think when you meet somebody who's right for you, you just know, like, and you don't see the red like flags at the start. But I think, yeah, we don't want basic anymore. We want the best of the best.
Yeah, we want the best of the best because we're gonna give the best of the best. And in that song,
Mhm.
you also said, um, well, the question is,
Yes.
how Perrie, Miss
Mhm.
Perrie, how can we stop being the girl who falls in love with the potential?
It's hard because I think we've all been there. And I think for me, I've had a lot of experiences in the past where I've met somebody and I know they're wrong and I know they're not good for me, but I think I'm going to be the one to change them. I mean, I can change him, I can make him better, I can
You're
do
not
all these
their
things.
mom.
Yeah. And it's literally like, why should I have to? And
Yes.
sometimes you'll spend years with somebody helping them become a better person and they leave you for someone else anyway. So what is the point? So I think,
Hmm.
you need to be with somebody who makes you feel safe and just ticks all the boxes and they go above and beyond for you because they want to. Like that's why it's if he wanted to, he would. If you want to put yourself out there for somebody, it's very easily done. If they're not, it's because they're not that into you. They don't care.
Yeah, because when someone cares and someone wants to be with someone, they're gonna do anything in their hands to be with
Yeah.
you and to be their better version. And besides, if he wanted, if he wanted to, he would. Besides that song,
Mhm.
and forget about us, and you go your way, which I
Yeah.
think it's a super harsh song. You go your way, because at the end
Mhm.
of the day, you're saying, okay, just take your path. I don't care, but I don't want to let you go, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that is exactly it.
And
It's like,
besides those three songs, what other stories we're gonna be listening in Perry?
oh, there's so many. There's so many songs that I just can't wait for people to hear because I know like the lyrics and the concepts are so like relatable. And I just wanted to make sure with my album it was very like autobiographical. So I wanted it to be kind of storytelling. I want to tell the story through the song so I can kind of set the scene, people can imagine it and be like, oh, right. And there's so many things I've written about that a lot of people wouldn't necessarily know the story behind or anything. And I just think it'll be really exciting for people to hear it. And I just love it so much. I listen to it all the time. Like, and my favorite changes every other day. Um, and I'm going into it feeling really confident. I'm obviously, of course, I'm nervous.
Mhm.
Um, but I just know that it's very me. And I just love it so much.
It's not because I'm talking with you, Perry,
Yes.
but I really loved your songs, these three new
Mm,
songs, and I think
thank
that, and I
you.
thought if the album is gonna sound not just the
Mhm,
same sound, because you can go like from a hype song to a low
mhm.
one,
Yeah.
but the lyrics are so interesting. They're so deep.
And there's so much more of that on the album.
Yes. And I love that, because
Hmm.
I felt that it's part of, I don't want to say that they're your story, but you got inspired from people,
Yeah.
emotions. There are like
Yeah.
stories that are so relatable with all of us, If you wanted
Hmm.
if you wanted to, he would. Yeah, I was related, no? And the one,
Yeah.
oh, so it's, I think this is my perception, Perry. I might be wrong,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
whenever I listen to Perry from top to bottom, I'm
Hmm.
gonna say, okay, this is a relatable album, which
Hmm.
you can tell your friend, listen to the song.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be like quite therapy, right?
Yes. It is. Yeah. There's so many more songs on the album that are kind of in the world of if he wanted to, he would like lyrically that I think people will just like catch on to and really relate to and get like a good feeling from. So yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, I just want it to be out now. I just want everyone to hear it so we can talk about it and discuss like everyone's favorites and all of that stuff. So I'm so excited.
Well, we're talking about social media. We might be doing that on social media on September 26th, isn't it?
Yes, that's
Yes.
right.
Okay,
Mhm.
so invite to all of us to listen to your music, to your song,
Yeah.
and social media. Where can we get you? When are you coming to Mexico, Perry?
I know, I would love to. Um, I'm excited for everyone to hear it. I hope everybody loves it. I can't wait to like come online and see what your favorite songs are and what ones you're vibing the most. And yeah, hopefully I get to meet you all in person one day. That would be lovely. And then we can have a little cuddle and a chin wag.
Yeah, I will be receiving you with chilaquiles, tacos, tequila. I don't know what
Oh
you like to
God,
drink.
yes.
So whenever
Yeah.
you come to Mexico, Perry, Match FM, we're going to be waiting for you. And
Oh, thank you.
congratulations on Perry and all the good vibes for it. It's going to be a success.
Oh, thank you so much.
Have a
Thank you
great
for
one,
having me.
Perry.